Alright, so quick update on the progress of the painting of the racing lawnmower. Frame is still curing, nothing's been done to it. But you can see up here, I've got all kinds of parts and pieces hanging, drying. And the cover of the torque converter, this is the outside of the clamshell, I guess you would call it. There was rusting, so I painted it, as well as the back side. I didn't paint the surfaces that the belt rides on or that the weights ride in. Kept those taped off. Over here we've got the steering, and it is gloss black. That's been painted for a while. Here we've got the nut guard, if you will. Done a lot of work to this one. It used to have holes everywhere, and I've actually welded up the holes so it's all, you can actually see the holes in the bottom on this side. I didn't plug those because you won't see them once it's installed, but up here it just looks pretty good. Same with down there. Gloss black. That thing came out real nice. The gas tank, which is sealed finally, so I feel good about painting that. Also gloss black. That one came out really well. This is the steering shaft. I kept this end taped off and bare metal because that's going to be the part that sits in the bushing with the grease, so I didn't want paint coming off into the grease and everything. And this also gloss black. I did modify this one a little bit. That hole right there, I actually moved forward so it would have less leverage on the steering because the steering was a little too tight of a ratio. And then we've got the exhaust. This was painted flat black. You can see there is a few minor imperfections here and there, but that's how you know it was built by some guy in his garage. It's two-stage exhaust. You can see the first piece is like, I think it's 7/8, and then it steps up to 1 inch and all the way down. And look at that, I left the tip chrome. I thought that looked pretty sweet, so I taped it off, left it chrome. I'll clean it up so it looks better, but I really like the way it looks. The black exhaust with the chrome tip, I really think it came out well. To paint the exhaust, and actually the torque converter halves, I used this stuff. It's Rustoleum high heat. It's actually for barbecues and wood stoves, but actually this stuff is awesome because it withstands temperatures of up to 1200 degrees, whereas your normal like brake caliper paint or engine enamel only goes up to 500, and that's intermittent. This is 1200, you know, all the time. So this was obviously the better choice for the exhaust because the exhaust is going to get higher than 500 degrees, so engine enamel wouldn't work. The caliper paint, I had this kicking around the shop, and I painted the caliper. This actually came out pretty good. I do have a small run right there. That is the only place I got to run on the entire thing that I paint. Everything that I painted, that's the only place. But I made sure not to get any paint into the vital parts. It came out pretty good, other than that stupid little run, which kind of pisses me off, but oh well. Here's the other side of the caliper, and you can see I painted the whole thing and then taped off around this Carlisle insignia and block sanded the paint off of it, so now it's a raised polished aluminum insignia on there. I think that'll look really sweet on the red. And we've got the exhaust guard. That's all painted with the barbecue black. My spindles, these were spray painted with the metallic silver Rustoleum here, and it actually did come out really metallic. Geez, this video really doesn't do it justice, but it's pretty sparkly. You can kind of see it right there. I didn't paint the spindle itself, just the other part here, the mounting hardware. You can see I extended them a little bit. If you flip it over, you can see where the old hole used to be and where the new hole is now. And the reason I did that again was to shorten up the ratio of the steering because it was just a little too much, a little too twitchy driving at high speeds. The exhaust mount, painted barbecue black. The gas cap, painted black, and I've got an idea for this. The body color of the hood is actually going to get painted into these little slits, so that'll look really neat. Still haven't given you guys the body color yet though. Haven't done that one yet. Petcock for the fuel tank. And these go onto the spindles. These are the spacers, obviously. So yeah, pretty much everything's painted. The rest of the torque converter stuff over here, and the rest of the parts. This aluminum I'm going to work on polishing it and trying to make it bright. I think I might redo the dashboard. I might try to repair this hood. You can see the hood is still untouched. I might try to repair and put a piece of steel back in here and make the dashboard built into the hood again, because I really think the diamond plate here is a little too gaudy. It's just too much going on. So I might put sheet steel, weld it back up in there, finish the hood off real nice, and just have a nice fit and finish on the whole thing and just be done with it. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. You can see I've been busy as hell out here working on this stuff. I didn't record any of the process because it's all the same thing. Grind it, sand it, clean it, prime it, sand it, prime it, paint it. It's, you know, just a tedious process. It takes a long time, and it's just going to make for a really boring video, so I didn't really record any of it. But you guys got to see the awesomeness that it is now, and I hope you guys all like it. I'm really trying to push forward on this. I want to get this thing done. I'm hoping to reassemble it probably the first week of August. I got some time off, so I'm going to hope everything sits and cures and gets really nice and hard, all the paint hardens and everything. I'll get my motor all squared away, and that's pretty much it. Not much left to paint, just a lot of work left to do, and then once it's done, it's done. So I'm getting really excited. Hopefully you guys are too. We'll see you later.